What up, everybody? What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is a day that we will all remember. It kind of started last night. Well, actually, it started this past November. It really did. It started this past November. And America is getting back on track. America is back, baby. I love it. And yes, I voted for this. I voted for what's happening. I thought it was appropriate that I wear my shirt today. I voted for this. I surely did. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you're watching this on the replay, God bless you. Please hit the share button on this and the thumbs up, as well as everybody that's watching live right now. It is August 21st, 2025. And yes, it is a good day. It's a great day. Let's start off with some of this wonderful news. Breaking news, actually. You remember New York? Well, Letitia James, you remember that? Well, this just came off the wire, hot off the press, that the $500 million, $500 million that Letitia James and the corrupt criminals in New York was going after President Trump for. You remember? They said, oh, he owes $500 billion. Well, that's because of all the interest that they put on it. Well, guess what? The courts just overturned it. Said, nope, that's a little excessive. It violates, I think they said, the 8th Amendment of the Constitution. It's excessive. So, nope, you can't do it. This is a huge win for President Trump. A huge win for President Trump. And you know they're going to be mad about it. Mad about it. How dare they? They tried to break President Trump. They tried to end President Trump. They tried to stop President Trump. And ultimately, they tried to stop us from voting for President Trump. But of everything that they've been trying to do, we prevailed. President Trump is in the White House. This is a huge win, not just for President Trump, because, they were going after his money. This is a huge win for America. A huge win for America. And these Democrats, they're going to be, oh my goodness, piping mad. I can only imagine how angry they're going to be when they start finding out and realizing that Letitia James, that $500 million, she said, we got him. They're going to be mad when they realize that, doesn't mean anything. Now, to my understanding, the fraudulent 34 counts that they have against President Trump, that's still there. Right? Because they fraudulently weaponized the judicial system in New York against an American citizen. They weaponized it. And they successfully got it through. Just like they weaponized the impeachment hearings when Nancy Pelosi was the speaker. They weaponized it. And the only reason why they got it, the impeachment twice in the House, is because they had the votes. The same thing in New York. The only reason why they were able to get 34 counts of these fraudulent charges that they put on President Trump is because they technically had the votes. Liberals said, yep, he's guilty. He's just guilty. We don't care. He's just guilty of something. He's just guilty. So they took advantage of it and put it down as that. But this is a huge news day. This is a huge day for Americans across the country. Things are absolutely changing for a positive, for a positive life, positive country. And the people that are upset about it are the Democrats. The Democrats don't want safety and security. The Democrats don't want righteous things happening. The Democrats, they want just the opposite. The Democrats don't care about the truth. Well, for the past, 2 months it's been, here in the state of Texas, where I am currently located in the state of Texas, the Democrats decide to run away from a fight because they knew ultimately that they were going to lose. Democrats don't win playing fair. They don't. So they got to do all these little tricks. They got to do all these little things to try to get what they want. This is what the Democrats remind me of. They remind me of little tyrant children when the parent tell them, nope, you can't get XYZ, whatever it is. You can't get that. Nope, you're not going to get it. Well, these Democrats, acting like little tyrant children, decided to flop around on the floor, kicking and screaming, and say, no, this is what I want. I want this. This is exactly what we're getting from the Democrats. Little tyrant children kicking and screaming, thinking that if they kick and scream enough, that the Republicans, being the parents, will be just like the typical liberal parents, and says, oh, they're kicking and screaming. Just give them what they want so they'll stop kicking and screaming. Just give them what they want. See, in the minds of Democrats, they think Republicans should do that. Just give us what we want because we're kicking and screaming. We're making a lot of noise. We're mad. We're angry. So you're supposed to give us what we want. This is how they're acting. Well, the Republicans, being good parents, said no. Being adults, said absolutely no, you're not getting it. You're not getting whatever it is that you're having a tantrum about. And sure enough, here in the state of Texas yesterday, it passed in the House. It already passed in the Senate. Now it passed in the House. And to my understanding, it's going to Abbott's desk. Now, Abbott said in the beginning of this week that more likely it's going to become law by the end of this week. Today's Thursday. So I don't know, Shannon, do we know if any information, if he's going to sign it today, or do you know, or he's just waiting?
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Is he going to sign that today? Because, he still has till tomorrow. I mean, I guess he just could take today and just celebrate and then sign it tomorrow. All right, but first I want to go ahead and sign it into law. Make it so. And the Democrats are so mad. They're saying that this was illegal. They're saying it, they're mouthing it off that it was illegal, but it's not illegal. It's 100% legal. And of course, the Democrats are going to run to the courts, which brings up a question for everyone that's watching. I have this question. If you have members in the legislative branch that is their job to pass bills, right? It's in the Senate, it goes to the House, or sometimes it starts in the House, go to the Senate. Then it ultimately ends up on the governor's desk. Same thing like for the president, House or Senate ends up on the president's desk after the governor, in this case, signs it into law. The Democrats are saying, nope. You can't do this. We need to get a judge to say that you can do this. So my question is, why in the world do we need politicians if all they're going to do is run to a liberal federal judge to make the decision for we the people? Because see, we the people elected these people to go up on Capitol Hill or become legislators, become the politicians that represent us, to pass bills that will benefit us as Americans. When they pass those bills, the Democrats are saying, nope, we need to go to a judge. Why do we need them? Why do we need politicians? Why do we need legislators if they're going to just run and find a judge to make the decision? Can anyone answer that question for me? Why do we need politicians then? Because all they're doing is after they pass a bill, lawfully passing it based on the Constitution of the state, Constitution of the United States of America, they're passing bills, but then they run and find a liberal judge. Nope, the liberal judge said you can't do this. Why do we need politicians again?
So, Will, I have the answer for you. It's
Okay.
not an exact answer, but the legislative window ends on August 24th, that Sunday. So he has from tomorrow
until Sunday,
the 22nd till Sunday. So I'm pretty sure he'll probably do it tomorrow, because I doubt he's going to do it on Saturday or Sunday.
I wish he'd just go ahead and do it today.
I mean,
just go ahead and just do it today. Do it now. Do it now. But I think, Shannon, so I was actually looking up some information about this, that when they pass it in the Senate, then they pass it in the House, they have to make sure that everything from the House version and the Senate version lines up. And then it goes to the governor's desk. But it passed in the House. So it's kind of weird, right? Each state does something a little different. Well, I want to show you what they're saying in the state of Texas when it comes to this big, beautiful map that just passed. And that's what they're calling it. Big, beautiful map. I love it. And they say this is a Republican here in the state of Texas. And he says, we just passed President Trump's. And it's not even really President Trump's, but it is. It's America's big, beautiful map. And I can only imagine how the liberals are reacting to this right now.
All right, we're standing on the House floor. We just passed President Trump's one big, beautiful map. It's done.
Five more Republican House seats in Texas for U.S. congressmen.
Here's why that's a big deal. Look, we know the Democrats want to impeach our great president and stand in the way of our America First agenda. Today, the Texas House took a step in making sure that that can't happen. One big, beautiful map is done.
Did you hear what he just said? Now, I've been saying this ever since this whole redistricting came up. Because I was thinking, I'm like, why are they complaining about it? Because it's completely lawful for them to do it, right? It's lawful for the Republicans to do it. And then I got to looking at more research on it. Why are the Democrats so furious about this taking place? Because they're going to lose 5 seats. And I said, oh, it dawned on me. President Trump, and Shannon, did we ever find out, is President Trump the only president that's ever been impeached twice in the House? I think he is, right? So
we didn't look, but
I think the Democrats are trying to go for a third time, right? A third time. And I guess they're thinking third time's a charm, right? But what's happening now is that they're getting stopped in their tracks. And I kept saying it. The only reason why they're wanting to do this is because they want to be able to impeach President Trump. They want to put the gavel in Hakeem Joffrey's hands. Let me listen to him.
Look, we know the Democrats want to impeach our great president. And
see, that's it right there. That's the whole gist of this. They don't care about nothing but get Trump. Get Trump. That's the only thing that's on their mind, is to get Trump. Nothing else matters. They could care less about the people, the safety and the people, for the people, the American people in this country. They could care less about all of that. All they care about is get Trump. That's all they care about. That's all that's on their mind, is how do we stop him? How do we stop him from making America safe, from making America great? And these are people that actually try to convince people that they're Americans themselves. But you know what's happening? The Democrat Party, they're actually collapsing. They're 100% collapsing. They're down in the poll numbers. Millions upon millions of people have unregistered from the Democrat Party and became Republicans. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better, but it's getting better. I mean, it really is. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that this is going to finally be that turning point to where it just cripples the Democrat Party, to where they'll be like, dude, y'all don't have a say-so in nothing. I mean, nothing. They don't deserve anything. They don't deserve to be in any position of anything. So when I heard the news yesterday evening that they passed a bill here in the state of Texas, I created this meme and I put it on X and I put it on Facebook. And of course, oh my goodness, they got so mad. Shannon, do you think you can go to my X page and just pull it up? I just want to share what I created. And basically it's a map of Texas and there's Jasmine Crockett on it. And then I put some eyeballs on there. She can't be happy right now. Have we heard anything from her? Has she come out with a statement or anything? She's probably so mad right now. Her staff don't even like her. No one likes her. No one likes her. I mean, Democrats don't even like her. They're probably, I'm going to go on a whim here and say behind closed doors, the Democrats are saying, oh my goodness, this is something we have to thank Trump for, but we can't say it out in public. Thank you for removing her. Well, I want y'all to listen to this. This was on with Laura Ingraham, where they're actually talking about, Jasmine Crockett, and they're talking about the Democrats, and they're just losing losing everything. They've lost grasp on reality, and it's like they just can't figure it out. I mean, it's like they just reject reality. Watch.
All right, Sonny, Jasmine Crockett, Joy Reid, it's the same old, but they still think that race card works, does it?
No, it doesn't. And they have been straight rejected from the Black community. And not even the white people on the left, the good white people, they don't even accept them anymore. As you see the hit piece.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I mean, she said the good white people on the left. They don't want her either. They don't, nobody wants to have anything to do with Jasmine Crackpot. Nobody. I mean, nobody wants to have anything to do with her because she's a nasty person. I mean, really, she's a nasty person.
Is coming out about Jasmine Crockett and of course Joy Reid being fired. I think we are at the point where we can say that black-faced Democrats do not represent Black America anymore. And it leaves a prime opportunity for the Republican Party to actually get on the ground and to take these areas over. When Trump was in office the first time, I actually went to the White House and had a meeting with him. And one of the things I said that, at that meeting was that Black people only have have two options, either to vote left or to vote further left. That further left is now presenting itself in democratic socialism. We have a real fight on our hands, and Black people continuously reject that idea of democratic socialism. And when you see these gatherings all over the place, it's mostly old white people that are attending them. So this is a prime opportunity to do something generational in terms of ideological change that shifts us back towards conservatism.
Let's go Black to our roots. Black to our roots. We need to go Black to our roots. Black people, I'm talking, can y'all catch it? Can you catch it? Black to our roots, which is in the political realm is the Republican Party. 100%. I mean, and the liberals, they're so mad right now. Ooh, this is such a good thing. This is a good thing. When it's like this, when demonic demons from the pits of hell, when they're angry, when they're mad, not that they're always angry, just like Democrats. But when they're extra angry, that means positive things are taking place. Positive things are taking place. Well, do we have it? Is this it here? Okay, yeah. Here's the meme that I created. Oh my goodness. I created this meme and I said, here it is right here. Right here. And she's not happy. She can't be happy. She probably cursed her staff out. How dare you allow this to happen to me? You know who I am. I can only imagine she's probably saying something like that. She's blaming everybody but herself. Everybody but herself. I guarantee it. Because, there's been reports of people that were on her staff that came out and talking about how nasty she is and how nasty she was towards them. They were coming out saying it. And now I'm willing to bet them, like, oh my goodness, because people have been leaving her staff. Again, they're all behind closed doors saying, thank you, President Trump and the Republicans. Because she did nothing but help the Republicans. I mean, really, it's almost a little sad that she's going to be going away. Well, look, just to be clear here, to my understanding, she's there until the rest of her term, right? She's there until the rest of her term. The problem that she's running into is that she's going to have to campaign for people to support her that more than likely don't like her. And that's the problem. See, the way they had the map drawn is that she could just go in there and people weren't paying attention, but I don't think she was going to win anyways come the next election. But they kind of confirmed it now. They kind of confirmed it because her district, the current one, is that it's, Republicans now, people getting the representation. To my understanding, she's going to go to District 33, where she actually lives now, Shannon. I think that's where she's headed now. She's going to District 33 because she lives in District 33. So she's going to go there and try to get then I guess she's going to try to convince them to vote for her now, because the only reason why I know she's in District 33 because there's this other young black female that is completely a Republican, and she's saying that Jasmine Crockett is coming into her district now, where this lady's been campaigning in this district. So Jasmine Crockett is going to go in there, and they're probably going to spend a lot of money to try to take it still. I
mean, Jasmine Crockett, number one, does have a lot of money now, just because being in office and all that she's done has made her a millionaire, but she's just not a likable person. So, and even her aides, she can deny all she wants that she's not a drama queen, but clearly she's a drama queen.
Oh,
I mean, her aides didn't even need to tell us that for us to understand that concept, right?
No.
So I just don't think I'm not sure where she's going to go. If she wins, those are just some dumb, stupid people. Ignorant voters are our biggest problem. We already know that. So she will win out of ignorant, because people don't know what she's all about. But we'll see. Apparently she's worried, though, because if she wasn't worried, she wouldn't have been campaigning so hard or against the redistricting. So she knows that there is a threat hanging over her head of not being in Congress anymore.
Yep.
Maybe she can go to like city council or crosswalk guard or something like that.
I'm personally, she just need to go away. Go away.
Oh, she wants to be an influencer.
Maybe this. Yeah,
That's
maybe she
wants.
can just join Gavin Newsom. Maybe she can join Newscom and they can do a duo, and just become influencers.
Maybe Al Sharpton will take her.
There,
I don't know.
I don't know if MSDNC will take her, because they got rid of Joy Reid, because Joy Reid was nasty.
They're rebranding because they're
rebranding because they want to get away from the MSDNC. They're going to still be that. They're calling themselves MS Now. What, MS Now?
Yeah, like
I have a better
You're
name
tricking
for
us
him.
now. We don't know who that is.
Yeah, I have a better name for him.
MS Bye.
No, MS BEY.
Very
close. Very close.
What were you
I
going
was
to
going to say MSDEI.
Oh, I got you.
But that's very close. Very close. Very close. Well, let me show you how these politicians were acting here in the state of Texas right before the big, beautiful map got passed. Now, Shannon, have you seen this video, Shannon?
I've seen a lot of videos, but I don't think I've seen.
You haven't seen this particular one?
What's up with all the green?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
They're the mean green machine, I guess. I don't know.
The mean green. They're Democrats, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
They should have been wearing blue. I don't know what the green means. But anyways, I want y'all to listen, because of course, actually, I'm gonna play these in different order. I'm gonna play this one first. So this is the lady that was locking herself up in the chambers, would refuse to leave. Probably, I'm surprised they're standing close to her. She probably didn't take a shower or nothing. But nonetheless, I want you to hear what she has to say about getting this bill. Listen to what she says, Shannon, because they have nothing to stand on. There's no evidence of anything that they've been saying. It's been a bunch of lies. Watch this. This is a really short clip. Watch. Listen.
Chairman, are you aware that?
Oops. I'm sorry. I gotta talk into this a little bit here, okay? Because I just remember what she's gonna say. Shannon, do you remember who did what in this country when it came to slavery? Was it white Republicans or white Democrats?
Well, white Democrats were slave owners. Is that what you mean?
And you answered it.
Oh, okay.
Now, listen. Now
That's history.
Yeah, that is factual history. Now,
right.
Listen to what she says.
Chairman, are you aware that during slavery, blacks fled? Are you aware that during the slavery times, blacks fled? They ran away.
I can't hear you very well.
Are you aware that when there was slavery times, blacks fled? During the Nazi times, Jewish people fled. They fled their oppressor.
You see that? So she's suggesting, this is how stupid these liberals are, dude. They're so stupid. She's suggesting the reason why they fled is because they were being oppressed.
Okay, bye.
Oh my goodness, how stupid can you be?
Leave Texas. Seriously.
You know what? Actually, Shannon,
Go to California.
There's posts that liberals are putting out there saying, you know, and there's a meme with Governor Abbott in the picture, and they're saying that they just showed why you should never move to Texas.
Okay.
And I responded, and I said, if you are a liberal and you live in Texas, leave. If you're a liberal, don't come. If you are a true American, then welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt my feelings.
I mean, if every single liberal in this state got up and just left, oh my goodness.
You know what? And if you have victimhood mentality, you can leave too.
Yeah.
That's what she has. She has a victimhood mentality. She's not a victim of anything.
The black people were fleeing from white Democrats, the same people that she supports, the same party. It's the exact same party.
Let's look at all the redistricting maps throughout the country and let's see who's really oppressing who.
Yeah.
Once again, who's doing most of the oppressing? Democrats.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have a white female liberal, Shannon. What do you think she's going to say? Oh my goodness! What do you think? Come on, what do you think she's gonna say?
I don't even know.
You don't. Okay.
This is This you guys are getting rid of a democracy. We are under authoritarian rule.
She goes a little bit more radical than that. Even.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
wait. Let's see.
Now you remember, white liberals, they kind of typically hate white people. Listen.
This is about racism. And if you can't hear it from them, then hear it from me. As a white woman and a daughter of a man of privilege and power, he knew that his strength was to bring people that didn't look like him to the table of government. And so 50 years later, after Barbara Jordan, aided by white people to have a voice, the first woman of color elected to the South, a woman who sat in the impeachment of Nixon, a woman who said that finally, after amendment, debate, and vote, I am finally part of we the people.
What year was that? What year was that?
I don't know.
I guarantee.
I don't care.
I guarantee that the white person she's talking about was a Republican. Democrats up until LBJ did not want to allow a single black person to have, or actually even be after LBJ. They didn't want black people to have any position of authority, any position of anything. They didn't want black people sitting on the jury pool of anything, especially if it was somebody white. They didn't want them on anything. They didn't want them to vote. But the only reason why LBJ did it, because they figured out they could control black people, to have convinced black people that they were getting something. And did you hear what she actually started off with this? That she's white and she's privileged.
And she's married to a privileged man.
And she's married to a privileged man. So I want to ask everyone that happens to be white, what privileges do you have that I don't? I really want to know the answer to this. I mean, do you go to the restroom and don't have to use paper? I mean, I'm just curious. What privileges do you have that I don't?
To stand here as a 50-year-old woman and know that we now go back in time. So let's talk about cowardice and cheats. Because if you knew you could win this next election, you wouldn't be taking this effort to try to steal 5 seats from elected officials.
Now you can see the editing here because there's a lot of pausing, okay? There's a lot of pausing, okay? Because, liberals going, it's been highly edited. Because they take their time. They say something else, right?
That members of color elected to represent them in Washington, D.C. You wouldn't be doing everything you can to take this coalition of diversity and stand up at the mic and say, why are we doing this? because we can. And you shield your racism with your party, with ignorance and arrogance, to come up here and say, to be honest with you, I haven't read the bill from the other side. To be honest with you, I haven't talked to the lawyers to be bringing this before it. Because you think that people will give you grace on ignorance and arrogance around party, because you can't admit that the root of all of this is about racism and power. A power grab. A pure power grab. And so I'm going to ask, don't shake your head, because I'm going to give you a moment to prove what you mean behind that. Because when Donald Trump called Georgia Republicans and said, hey, boys, I need you to steal me almost 12,000 votes. To those men credit, they said, no, sir. We already know what Governor Abbott said. In a few minutes, we're going to find out what y'all say. Vote no on this bill.
There's no stealing of the seats. This is 100% legal. 100% legal. They're not stealing seats here. I'm not sure. I mean, I know why they're doing it, because they don't have anything else to stand on. There's no leg for them to stand on. So they blatantly lie, saying that President Trump called Governor Abbott to try to steal seats. And you know what? That's how they're going to try to impeach President Trump. That's how they wanted to try to impeach President Trump. As of right now, they've been stopped in their tracks. As of right now, because this bill was passed, they've been stopped in their tracks from making up a lie to impeach President Trump. And they're not happy about it. They're not happy for the fact that they can't go down that path by giving the gavel to Hakeem Jeffries so they can first order business impeach President Trump. And you know what, Shannon? I had a conversation with some of these radical liberals online, of course, social media. And actually, I was on TikTok. I did a little TikTok video. And man, there's so many liberals on TikTok. I guess on TikTok, because I don't do that much on TikTok. But when I do, I get on there and, over 100 people get on there and I'm doing a little live. And they just go haywire hearing the things that I'm saying. And I said, the only reason why y'all trying to get these seats, want to keep these seats so you can impeach President Trump. And they go, that's not true. That's not true. That's 100% true.
Well, they don't know. They really don't understand. People, they don't understand what the Democrats' agenda is because they're ignorant voters. They're only being triggered. The only reason why they're reacting to you is because they're being triggered by what they're hearing and seeing on social media. They have no idea what the agenda is of the Democrat Party. They only hear what they say. They say, oh, Trump's going to end democracy. Oh, this is authoritarian. And they stick to those words with no basis underneath it. They have no idea of the truth.
So, yeah, you're absolutely...
It's frustrating because you could ask them, you could say, okay, why are they redistricting? And they'll be like, because they're racist. And you're like, okay, do you know about that there are 6 to 7 states that have 0 Republican representation in the House due to Democrats redistricting? What do you say about that? They don't know that. They don't know.
No, they don't know. And so, Shannon, here's new scum.
Ugh.
Okay, here's new scum.
I know. People bear with us because I know these people are so annoying. I do know. But you got to know what they're saying.
Yeah,
because we don't want to be like the other side.
So new scum, I think, to my understanding, this came out after it got passed last night. And new scum decided to do a video on his little podcast. And and of course, he's not doing the redistricting in the state of California because of the population there. They're doing it to fight Texas. So he's going all the way to Texas, seeing what was happening in Texas to make changes in California.
Yeah, this isn't about being fair to the people in California. It's about where can I get seats?
We have to
conquer
stop
Trump. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. And in fact, the GOP tried to sue Gavin Newsom for doing this, and the Supreme Court in California threw it out, said they don't have a case.
If they don't move, if Republicans stand back. They have an off-ramp. This initiative, our efforts don't go forward. We're doing this only in response to what he's doing. So if he doesn't want us to move forward, he has some capacity to influence that, not just in his own state, but.
So this is basically Newsom threatening Governor Abbott, saying, look, if you go ahead and just back away from doing this, we won't have to do it here. So basically, he's like threatening them.
I'm sorry, he's threatening the voters too. Because
right.
When are the voters in California sitting there hearing this? They're going, so you want to change my district because you have TDS?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
He
How
has
is that
TDS.
fair to my area? How are you going to hold us captive because you hate Trump? There's something wrong with that.
No, there's
that
something
is
wrong with
authoritarian.
him. Yeah.
That is abusing your power.
Yep. Listen to him.
Some capacity to influence that, not just in his own state, but by making the case to other governors in other states that this is not the right thing to do, that we should all stand back, support nationalized, independent redistricting, and we should let voters choose their representatives, not the other way around.
Then what is he doing in California?
Lead by example.
What a hypocrite.
Lead by example then. I mean, you can't say this is how it should be done and then do something different. You know what? He knows that they've been doing it for a long time. Democrats have been doing this, right? That's why he has no problem doing it. He's like, you know what? We've been doing it anyways. I don't care, but we're going to act like we're doing it because of them, not because of why we normally do it, just to make sure we have enough seats in Congress. Because to be honest with you, if you have the majority of seats in Congress, guess who has power? You have power.
Yeah.
You want to talk about stealing power? That's how you steal it. And the Democrats have been doing it for a long time. We're trying to balance it out. But also because if you pay attention, Texas has had an influx over the past couple of years. Since 2021, we've had an influx of people into our state. Not just because they're fleeing blue states, Gavin Newsom, who's lost so many businesses and people from his state in record amounts, by the way, coming to Texas, who you're challenging, right? And not have they also opened up the border, which impacts us as well. We have to look at our maps because Democrats have literally changed the demographics here in Texas.
You see what I'm holding, Shannon?
I do. That big, beautiful flag.
The big, beautiful flag. Can you imagine there's radicals left hate the fact that me being a black man holding this flag proudly? I mean, think about that. Look at that. It's beautiful too. Big, beautiful flag. I love it. I love it. Look at this. So there's a reason why I'm holding it, because I can't hold it the entire time I'm doing the show. I mean, technically I could, but I want to show you what Jasmine Crackpot is saying. Now here's Jasmine Crackpot, Shannon, and I want you to hear what she has to say about the American flag. Now, let me remind everybody, the Democrats, they're the first ones wanting to burn the big, beautiful flag. They want to burn it because they said this flag is is oppressive, right? For them, it represents everything they don't like because they hate America. Well, listen to Jasmine Crackpot.
You can wave all the flags you want to, but I am telling you right now that the most
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Let me take it back for those of you that missed it. She said, you can wave all the flags you want to. Listen.
You can wave all the flags you want to, but I am telling you right now that the most unpatriotic people that we have in this country are MAGA and this president.
Oh, so we are unpatriotic because we want to make America great again. So now we're unpatriotic. We're not patriotic. See, I told you, Shannon. Do you see the screen? This is the duo. This is what she should be doing.
Yeah.
Her and Newsom should just go ahead and do a duo.
Yeah.
And just, do the influencer thing.
Yeah, that'll scare off the rest of their base.
We are the real patriots. And it is time for us to take our flag back and show people what America is about.
It's not your flag. It's never been your flag.
And let me just say,
it's not your flag.
There's a lot of Democrats that won't even align themselves with Jasmine Crockett. They'll be like, I'm not going to be seen with her. Same thing with Kamala Harris. Even in California, there's a lot of people that like, I don't want to be seen with Kamala Harris. But he actually invites her onto a show. And that should say something about Gavin Newsom, who wants to run for president in 2028. You can't tell me he doesn't want to. I mean, where else is he going to go?
Oh.
So he's running for president right now. But this is who he aligns himself with, the crackpots of the Democrat Party. He does it with Mayor Bass.
Yep.
He did it with Kamala.
Yep.
He does it with all these people that are far left extremists.
Yep.
Some of them are socialists. Some of them are communists.
Yep. But you know what?
Most of them are fascists.
But that's the reason why a lot of people are fleeing from the Democrat Party, because this whole socialist crap that they're pushing. She's pushing it too.
You can't say that you love the Constitution while decimating it with every single stroke of a pen for an executive order, while decimating it, while you are disrespecting our troops that have signed up to protect our freedoms, not just here, but abroad. And then you're taking people's freedoms away using those exact same troops.
Oh, she mad. What'd I tell y'all? When demonic demons from the pits of hell, when they're angry, that means positive things have been happening. That's exactly what that means. Positive things are happening in this country, and these demonic demons are mad about it. For those of you who just joined in, there was breaking news before we started here. You remember that $500 billion or $500 million, not billion, 500 million, $500 million that they were trying to get out of President Trump? Well, a court just overturned it. A court just overturned it and said...
Overturned the penalty.
Yeah, overturned the penalty, saying that he does not have to pay $500 million plus because it's a bit excessive. So, you know, Letitia James is upset about that because her whole objective was to try to break him. And the only reason why, and she went on the campaign trail trying to act like she wasn't on the campaign trail saying it. The only reason why she did it is because she was thinking that, along with other Democrats, that if they can break him, they can stop him. Every single thing that these people do is for them to try to stop Trump, to break Trump. Every single thing that they do. All right, I'm going to take a really quick break. And when I come back from this break, we're going to jump over to D.C. I got to share some beautiful news about D.C. too. We'll be right back.
Life can be pretty unpredictable, filled with good days and not so good days. And sometimes the only difference between the two is your level of preparedness. The Jace case lets you be better prepared for whatever comes your way. It contains antibiotics and other prescription medications so that you aren't caught unprepared. With a Jace case, you are able to get your prescription medication before the unpredictable happens, allowing you to turn those not so good days into great ones. Go to Jace.com now and get your own Jace case.
All right. I've been to D.C. multiple times. As a black man going to D.C., I've heard the sirens throughout the day, throughout the night. It was constant. It was never a time that you did not go without hearing police sirens because of the violent crimes that was taking place. I want y'all to listen to what these Democrats are saying. They're trying to convince everybody that the crime is really not that bad in D.C. and that what President Trump is doing is actually making things worse for the people in D.C. That's what they're saying. They want people to believe that D.C., the crime was a 30-year low. And the only reason why it looked like a 30-year low on paper, because they fudged the numbers. That's it. They fudged the numbers. And of course, on the Communist News Network or MSDNC, they won't talk about them fudging the numbers. They just want to constantly push out the lie. Now, listen to this woman on here as she tried to convince all of her viewers that there's really not that bad. And majority of the people in D.C. don't want what President Trump is doing, according to her and the radical left.
78%, Brian, of people in Washington, D.C. oppose Trump's takeover. And that's people of all backgrounds overwhelmingly said that their neighborhoods, well, they were safe. Could this all backfire on Trump?
No. I mean, at the end of the day, you can cite 78%, but you have 38 sexual predators who've been arrested, who've been taken off the street. I mean, by any measurement, D.C., certain neighborhoods of D.C. are not safe neighborhoods. J.D. Vance is right. I've taken my kids to the Amtrak Union Station, and we have been yelled at by vagrants. We have been yelled at by homeless people who are on drugs. We have actually witnessed people do drugs at the Union Station.
I've been yelled at in a lot of train stations across this country that are, well, nor should I. But my point is, it doesn't just happen in places like D.C. So is the National Guard going to go to every 50 states?
I don't think that has to be the case. Trump has jurisdiction. The executive has jurisdiction over D.C., and it has the ability to do something. And what it can show effective policy. The way you stop crime is by throwing criminals in jail.
And see, this is what she didn't want to hear this. She didn't want to hear this. Did you hear what she said at the very beginning of this clip, Shannon? Let me take it back for everyone that missed it. Listen to what she says. I'm not going to play the whole thing again, but I just want y'all to hear it.
78%, Brian.
78%. Listen to her.
Of people in Washington, D.C. oppose Trump's takeover.
78%, according to her, said that they oppose, that they're not happy with President Trump taking over the police department and getting rid of the crime.
And that's people of all backgrounds.
People of all backgrounds. And here's the numbers where they're showing it, just for everyone who missed it. They said 17% support it. 78% is against it. Where did they get these poll numbers from, Shannon? Did they walk around the office again and ask the people there? I mean, where did they get these numbers from? I don't believe it. And you know the reason why I don't believe it? Because I want y'all to hear from some of the people that's in D.C.
So right now I'm down here in Union Station, as you can see behind me. Yes. And I walked through Union Station. It was different. See, I'm from DC. I live here. So I can tell you, I can be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was nice. I don't even want to leave. Union Station, they literally, it feels different. Like usually when I walk through, it's got this odd darkness. It's like you're walking through some sort of demi hood at night.
Yep.
And now it feels more light, upbeat. It definitely feels safe. But see, I can say that because I'm from here.
So where did they get the 78% from? Where did they get that from? Oh, but wait. I have another one for you. Listen to this lady. Now, actually, do I have the other one in here? I don't have it in here. There's another one that I had. Oh, I'm kicking myself right now. Why is it not there? Another of a black male saying thank you to President Trump. Why is that not in here? I'm a little disappointed because it should be in here. Oh, no. It's such a good clip, too. It's such a good clip. Okay. Well, listen to this young black lady. Well, you know, y'all take my word for it. There's a black male that's saying, thank you, President Trump. He's down there looking at the different monuments and stuff. And he's saying, look, I can down here and I can come and look now. I don't have to worry about getting, anyone coming at me, attacking me or anything. But when you have two black women siding with Trump and now with the Democrats, this is huge, actually.
You know, I'm happy for the residents of D.C. because for the first time in ever, there's not really any overt crime happening in D.C. For the first time, there's not a bunch of murders. For the first time, there's not a bunch of gang violence. For the first time in many, many decades, these people can actually go outside and they don't have to climb over homeless people. They don't have to hold their kids' hand and tell them to step around the piss that the homeless leave on the side of the road. That there aren't a bunch of people outside in the middle of the street drinking with their 40s and like that. Like there aren't a bunch of shell casings little kids have to walk over. Yes, finally, the ordinary residents of DC, the ordinary, people like you and me, our community, can actually get a break. These children can actually go outside. They're not going to get shot. They're not going to end up dead or on t-shirts. For the first time, their parents can take their hand and walk them to the park and not have to explicitly worry about them being shot up on the block. Yes, I'm happy that DC is being taken over. I'm happy the FBI, I'm happy the people of DC get a chance to breathe. They get a chance to go outside. These kids get a chance to walk park without dying. That's what you're missing. The people that live in these specific streets, these specific blocks, these specific areas are happy that they don't have to deal with the riff-raff anymore.
I'm telling you right now, MSDNC, the Communist News Network, they will never, ever share that information. They will never show you real people that live in DC that sees the safety and security that's been presented to them by President Trump. And you know what? A lot of people, some of these people, I don't know, maybe the two women I just shared with you, maybe they hated Trump. And a lot of people, in order for them to have their eyes open, they actually have to see some actual positive changes take place. And when they see the positive change take place and they see who actually did it, only then will people, oh, wait a minute. Because see, I don't care who you are, your background. Everybody wants to be able to go to the grocery store without having to worry about looking over both shoulders. People want to go to restaurants, get done eating, walk outside holding hands, husband and wife holding hands, go to the vehicle, and the vehicle is still there with the tires and the windows still in place. We all want that. But the Democrats, they want the opposite of that. They actually helped the criminals in DC. Instead of being tough on crime, they were very lax. And the criminals took advantage of it. So here's something I want to share with you. And the number of Democrats in the Democrat Party are dwindling. The numbers are getting lower and lower. And I think, you know what, Shannon? This is going to contribute to them losing the money. You remember, because President Trump shut off USAID, which apparently, allegedly, that a lot of the money that was going to USAID was getting funneled back to the Democrats. It was no wonder why they were fighting so hard to keep USAID alive.
Oh, absolutely. And when you listen to this, while the Democrats have lost 4.5 million, the Republicans have gained 4.5 million. And this actually talks about the people that have taken the time to change their affiliation. Imagine all the people that haven't taken the time to do it yet. And she also talks about the money, how they are losing money. This is huge. This should be a strong message to the Democrat Party, but they do not hear it.
No, they don't hear it. And you know what? They're not going to hear it. They're going to double down and push people like AOC. They're going to double down and push people like Mamdani. How do you say it? Mamdani. They're going to continue to push people like him because, oh, look, they're winning. They're winning. Both of them in Nazi York. Both of them in New York. So they're absolutely losing everything. And it just goes to show 4.5 million people that was in the Democrats. This is a report. 4.5 million. That's a huge number. Left the Democrat Party. And the Republican Party gained 4.5. So we know where they went. Not to a Elon Musk party either, just to be clear. They didn't go to an Elon Musk party. You notice Elon Musk hadn't really said anything about a third party here lately. He really hasn't said anything about it here lately. Because it's not going to happen. I mean, even President Trump, when there was a discussion about trying to get President Trump to do a third party, and President Trump said, no, not going to happen. President Trump is saying we just need to fix the party that we have. He just said we need to fix the party.
Well, there's a problem when you ask people to leave the party. I mean, there's even Democrats that don't even really believe in the values of the Democrat Party today, but it's just too hard for them to leave the Democrat Party. A lot of people identify themselves in certain ways. They identify themselves by their party affiliation, by the church they go to, and it's really hard for them to completely leave it and go to another party, especially that's uncertain and they're not sure who it is. We don't know exactly what Elon Musk's party is going to stand for because there's no history to it. So nobody's just going to jump ship and go to it.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it. The Democrats keep doing it to themselves. You know what? I want to share this one with you, Shannon. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
So there's really no audio in here other than you and I. But what you see here is a Humvee, and you see the National Guard. And what you're going to see in this video are young black males talking to them. Look at this. Young black males talking to the National Guard, is walking around, like, look at this. Talking about recruitment. Recruitment. This is what the Democrats do not want to see. Look at this.
Yeah.
See, they're not doing anything. They're not. So they're going to be influenced by these young soldiers. Look at that. And I'm like, man, I can join the National Guard.
Does it look like these young men feel threatened? They don't feel threatened at all.
No, look at them.
In fact, they're like, come look at the Humvee. Yeah, open up the door, check it out.
Yeah.
These people feel safe. They probably feel safer than they felt in a long, long time. They don't feel any authoritarian power looking over them and seizing, a moment. They feel safe. They're like, wow, this is cool.
They're on there taking pictures with them.
Right. Imagine.
They're doing photo ops, and the soldiers are like, yeah, come on, let's take the picture.
Can you imagine if a lot of people that come off the street, sometimes they become police officers because they want the people to feel safe. Imagine what's happening right now. They're looking at these soldiers going, they made me feel safe. I want others to feel safe.
Yep.
It's a wonderful moment for them. I wonder if recruitment's going to go up after this. That's just watching this, I'm wondering.
I kind of see it happening. Hey, we are at the end, everybody. Wow, this hour went by really fast. Let me ask you for help. Can I ask you for some help, God's people? All the information I shared with you today, I know you want me to continue to bring the information. givesandgo.com/studio. I'm asking you if you can, bless me. I'm just about halfway there. So please, if God puts it on your heart, please consider helping. Anything helps. Anything helps. There's no set amount. People have been blessing me. You can see on here a couple people. Ann, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same Ann that's out of Canada. She's from Canada. She's helping me, right? There's one lady named Ann out of Canada, and she gives me Facebook stars as well. But I'm going to say thank you to Ann. Thank you to Tina, Linda, one anonymous person. Thank you so much. And Steve, and then Ann again. Wow. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I need your help. Please, givesandgo.com. This is just so I can upgrade some of the stuff that's here in my studio. Nothing real elaborate. If you go there and look at it, you can say, okay, he's not asking for the world here. He's just asking for a little bit of help. So if you would, please go to givesandgo.com/studio. Or if you could go to uniteamericafirst.com, uniteamericafirst.com/donate and support me there. There's multiple ways to help me, multiple ways to support me. Some people do the monthly thing, which I'm very appreciative, or some people just do the one-time thing. If you can scroll down there, Shannon, the one-time thing right there. People support me right there, the one time, and all the ones that people are accustomed to. Or people have sent me letters in the mail with blessings. And just to let you know, I've kept every single letter and envelope. I've kept both. I've kept everything since the very first one. And I put them in a binder, and I need to buy 2 more binders. So I just want to say thank you for everyone for supporting me. Thank you so much for all the blessings. Please consider helping me out, helping me to continue to bring the information, because miraculous things are going to be in the days ahead. I'm telling you right now, miraculous things are coming. So with that said, everybody, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for all of your support. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video. God bless everyone. See you on the flip side. Oh yeah, tomorrow I'll take your phone calls.